I can still have my daily soda and hope that I don't upgrade to diabetes. Hello, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Jasmine. Welcome to my second channel, Jasmine Baker 2, where we discuss TV, reality, the occasional story time gets told. Today we are going to be discussing the 1,000 Pound Best Friends. I know I'm late. I am a busy human. I had to get another job because my current job slows down in the summer. Just dealing with all of the things of life and some health stuff, but I'm doing a lot better right now. If you're new here, I am Jasmine. I am a starving artist. We haven't talked about a particular TV show in a while. Before we get started, I just want to let you know that this video is sponsored by me and my website, jasminebakerart.com. I still haven't found actual sponsors, but I'm happy to announce that my website now has a store. If you ask me, the worst part of being an artist is honestly the marketing. Under marketing would be website building. I finished drawing one of, if not the most handsome man we've ever seen. I'm also a human that is interested in films and quality TV, and also reality TV, which doesn't fall under either of those categories. I am a colored pencil artist. I specialize in realistic pictures of people and animals and the occasional TV character. I love fusing pictures together. That is my other specialty. And fun fact, I draw upside down. Enough of that. Guys, I'm so tired. I filmed so much stuff between today and yesterday. I've recorded this is my 4th video recording since yesterday, and then I recorded a bunch of social media videos. So on top of that, I have a lot of stuff to edit. I just decided to just batch record things because I don't have time to record one thing every week. I don't have the attention span for that. If you're not familiar with the 1,000 Pound Best Friends, it's actually a spin-off show from a show called Too Large by Dr. Proctor. Dr. Proctor helps a lot of people lose weight. So at the end of each episode of Too Large, people will display their new bodies to their family and friends so they can see all their progress. Now, Megan and Vannessa were on this show. They were featured on Too Large, where they were really struggling to lose weight. I guess TLC figured that Megan and Vanessa's personalities shined through so much that they got their own TV show. Here's what happened last time on 1,000 Pound BFFs.
So when you first walked in, you were oxygen dependent, you could barely move, you were 498 pounds, right? When I saw you last year after surgery, you had gotten down to 303 pounds, right? So it's 200-pound weight loss.
TLC really embraced the concept of people wanting to show pretty much every aspect of their lives, from 19 kids and counting to my 600-pound life. They're like the OG family channels before YouTube family channels were a thing. Family channels could not be any less interesting if they tried. And I saw some pretty disturbing documentaries about some of these family channels, things that I don't understand. Recording your family every second of the day. Miranda sings I Don't Get the Concept before she decided that kids should be a way for her to expand her brand. There was TLC, who also exploited people for their lives. Let's start with Vanessa's sister Jackie. I call her the enabler, the diet sabotager. Saboteur? Is that the word? This can't be the same brain that used to finish 3 or 4 chapter books in a month. If you remember the first season, Vannessa and Jackie have a strained relationship because Jackie keeps pushing food on her and encouraging her to eat unhealthy because it's fun.
Oh my God, that looks amazing, but I mean, I can't eat 90% of that. Yes, you can, honey bun.
And then there's Jackie with a paper bag of something, now dragging Vanessa's son into it, which makes me very sad.
But you don't know, this boy weighs 490 damn pounds.
And I think he's only 19, which is shocking.
This baby has got to do some more healthier eating. You offered him a milkshake and a goddamn fry.
It's very scary. I mean, he gets out of breath doing the groceries. My asthmatic lungs are out of breath just watching him be out of breath.
Well, milkshakes are good.
Milkshakes are
And when you
extremely
put a fry
good.
in it, it's even better.
See, that makes me want to relapse.
Vanessa, this is called normal food. This is what normal people eat.
I hate when people are like, oh, that's not real food. I want some good food, some real food. And then they go to McDonald's. McDonald's is not food. Fight me in the comments. God forbid you actually eat a piece of fruit or a vegetable.
When you come over, don't bring not a damn thing or water, fruit, vegetables.
I mean, Vanessa's like the food police now. Like, you know, I get it. You look good. You're doing what you're doing. But, you know, you don't have to arrest me every time I come over here for something.
I'm just going to branch off of that just a little bit because this is very recent. I recently went to an event where where there were a lot of people, like more than 2,000 people. And a lot of the people I saw were overweight, but what made me really sad was a lot of the children were overweight. It boggles my mind that people allow their children to get that way. And these were young kids that I saw, like kids under the age of 13 or 14. Made me think like, wow, people are just actually letting their kids' health decline because they're too lazy to control what their kid eats. But Vannessa is starting to set a good example for her son.
We're here for Jacob's doctor's appointment. This has me scared to death. He got his blood work. He's got all kind of tests done. I'm scared that I'm gonna go in here and the lady's gonna tell me, well, he's diabetic, high blood pressure, but I'm happy we're finally taking initiative and doing this.
So this is what you do. You make whatever meals that you make on your new eating plan, just like you're doing now, Vannessa, and that's the food he eats, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If he relies on you to make meals and you're in the same household, that could be the most effective way to go about doing that.
I had you when I was 24 years old. I weighed 440 pounds when I gave birth to you. You ain't but 5 years away from being 24 years old, and you weigh already more than I did. When the doctor comes in, just take heed to what she says.
But I'll listen to her. I'll see what she has to say. To be honest, I don't really want to be here. I'd rather be at home, sitting on the couch watching TV or playing my games.
I just realized I do that. I play games on my tablet or use a coloring book when I'm watching something on TV. I used to eat in front of the TV, and I guess they call that grazing or something, or mindless eating. You're not conscious of how much food that you're eating. Doing something else like a coloring book or something, it kept me from overeating in front of the TV. You know what they say, sitting is the new smoking. That's a great path. Be sedentary on your way to a heart attack before you're 20. Why do people not care about their lives? It boggles my mind. She explains so many benefits of losing weight, but his high weight will prevent him from doing a lot, whether he acknowledges it now or later.
Before that, we will check some vitals. Take a deep breath. Any heartburn or acid reflux or anything like that? No. You have any burping a lot or no?
One of my jobs is cleaning houses, and I can tell you that gives me a lot of insight into the way that people treat their bodies. That's why I know what I'm talking about. Lots of processed food, carbs, soda, fast food, high sugar drinks, fried foods, you name it. And when I see whatever's in somebody's kitchen, when I'm cleaning it, I can make the correlation between that food and the medications that they're on, see why they're eating what they're eating is making them the high weight that they are.
I don't really care what the doctor has to say. I just would rather not be here, and she keeps egging me on to go, so here I am.
Hello, Jacob. My name is Dr. Trivedi. I got your blood workup results. So can you step on this scale so we can measure your weight? 486 pounds. According to your height, you are in category of morbid obesity. Your BMI is 63.6.
63.6 BMI. Wow. I used to suffer from really bad acid reflux. Some people treat their bodies like trash cans.
Okay, well, that's pretty bad.
So it was like how much before?
It was 490. I mean, that is a loss, which is a positive, but
There's 11 type of cancers related to morbid obesity, so we have to be very serious. People who are on moderate obesity, their life expectancy get reduced by 11 years.
that's scary as hell. My daddy died at 55. I just got my life back together. You know, the cycle has to stop somewhere.
So for the fasting, insulin level should be less than 24. Yours is 41.
You can lose limbs, get nerve damage, heart disease, kidney problems, digestive problems, liver problems, eyesight issues, blood pressure issues. There's someone in my family who is diabetic and he was obese. The good thing is he was able to get his weight down over the years, so it did take him quite some time. Just to give you an idea, he had to buy 2 plane seats because he was too big to fit into one. He used to be over 100 pounds overweight even in his elderly years. Worked at a fast food chain restaurant for many, many years, and he made triple-decker PB&J sandwiches. I've seen a lot of obesity in my own family and people that have health problems, often associated with their weight because they don't take care of themselves for whatever reason. So there was a point in time where he was on insulin, and he had reached a point to where his blood sugar was over 700, and I'm surprised that he even survived that. His blood sugar was so high, even though he was already on insulin, that the doctor diagnosed him as a double diabetic. According to Google, a double diabetic is somebody who has what they also call hybrid diabetes. That is a combination of both type 1 and type 2 diabetes. It's even linked to Alzheimer's, which is considered a type 3 diabetes. But when you have 2 types of diabetes and you have insulin, obviously something in your diet needs to change. Met him again back in 2011. I was pretty shocked at how small he was, and then when I saw him again then later at my uncle's wedding, when I met him at the airport, he still maintained that. So he maintained his healthy lifestyle and he got his blood sugar regulated to a point where he's no longer on any type of insulin.
So it's high. So he has insulin rotating in his body, but it's not doing the job what it's supposed to do.
He's honestly just getting by at this point.
Have you had any sugar problem before, like when you had a blood workup?
When he was 13, he was pre-diabetic.
I feel like people think that pre-diabetic is like, I can still have my daily soda and hope that I don't upgrade to diabetes.
But now your A1C is 6.5.
That's diabetic.
Yeah, it is diabetic.
He's diabetic and maybe that's the wake-up call that he needs. Some people just need that. He has an A1C of 6.5. Holy cow.
He needs to do some exercise. He also has to work on the diet.
He has to do it. I'm hoping by hearing it from you, it'll open him up and help him understand this is his life.
They don't show all of it for the purpose of time, but I'm willing to bet that the doctor explained in full detail to him about how he can lose weight and how to improve his overall quality of life.
Finding out Jacob has diabetes is a gut-wrenching punch. When it's your kid the doctor's talking to, it's different than when it's yourself. It's different than when it's your friends. It's different than anybody.
Maybe being diabetic is his motivation. I mean, if he permanently changes eating habits, there's an extremely high probability that he won't ever have to take insulin. It's a matter of not being on a high carb diet. Based on what he has, I can guess that he eats 200 to 300 grams of carbs a day, if not more. So if he swaps that out with some high quality protein, that would be a good start for him. You can't be an untreated diabetic like he is right now for very long.
I'm sitting here quiet. I'm trying to hold my cool, but on the inside, I'm screaming, crying, losing my I'm scared and I'm worried.
I know people that had that mindset. I would literally see people drink a Pepsi every day at work and they're like,
I'm pre-diabetic, I have to be careful.
And then I'm like, so how is that being careful? Sometimes being an artist is very sedentary. My camera records in 20-minute intervals, so whenever it stops recording, I depart from my desk and I move around. And I don't draw all day long. There's some people that draw for 7 or 8 hours a day. If I can make it to like 2 hours and that's pushing it, that's more than enough for me. My attention span doesn't even allow me to sit for long periods of time anymore. Even in the movie theater, about an hour in, I'm like this, squirming around, switching from left butt cheek to right butt cheek. Why are you pre-diabetic? Could it be the soda and pastries? Why are you having problems digesting your food? Could it be the Cheetos, the constant bread eating?
Medicine can help you, but you need to be determined that you will want to live healthy, long life.
Baby, you saw me being bedridden. Don't you remember that?
I know I always say this, but it's sad. If you don't start getting in control of this now, your body is going to tell you in an extremely harsh and horrific way in the near future. You'll wake up one day suffocating in your stomach acid like I was, or end up in a diabetic coma. Diabetes isn't to be taken lightly. It's not just a little high blood sugar. Your body is deprived of so much for so long and has been overloaded with bad things for so long that it becomes inflamed.
It's a wake-up call, kinda, and hearing this is kind of stressful because she's telling me all these things that I'll have to change, and I wish I could just focus on myself and do what I want to do. I just want to do it on my own whenever I'm ready.
Oh no, she's pressuring you to eat healthier. Did you know that when you consume high amounts of sugar and processed food on a regular basis, that it affects your mood? It affects your feelings. Your gut is like your second brain. It helps your actual brain to manufacture the chemicals it needs. If you feed your gut properly, you can notice an improvement in your mental health/mood. From experience, when you are addicted to food, specifically sugar, your brain keeps saying, yes, I need more dopamine. Bring on the coffee cake. One way or another, your body is going to punch you in the face and tell you that it's inflamed.
We will have a goal of 20 pounds in a month. How does it sound?
Yeah, okay.
It's doable?
But Vannessa is starting to set a good example for her son with improving her eating habits. So she is setting the example of the way regular humans eat and portion sizes. I firmly believe that she is one of the few people that use the surgery as a way to reset her life, a reset button, if you will. She took that surgery and ran with it. She stayed consistent with her food. She started doing exercise and continued to portion out her food every time she ate. She branched out and incorporated more vegetables in the family diet, which makes me very happy when people get vegetables like music to my ears. The most important part of this is the consistency. Vannessa is proof that by regularly exercising and consistently watching what you eat, you will get results. It's not an eating disorder. It's not orthorexic. It's just having control of your life.
What's going on with you?
We all know I've been struggling with Jacob and his weight. Jackie came over for her lunch break the other day, and her and Jacob are on the back porch eating French fries and milkshakes.
What?
Out of everything I've been going through and all I did to get away from her.
There is a community dedicated to promoting obesity because it's so beautiful flaunting all of that visible inflammation. You have to learn how to avoid things like high amounts of sugar, inflammatory foods, foods that make you bloat, fried food, the list goes on.
I know.
So I get his struggle, but she shouldn't be doing
That's
that.
why it shouldn't be in front of him.
Yes.
Yep.
Do you know how many people I've seen in their 20s that are suffering from preventable diseases? All diseases are inflammation. So many people in my age range are putting their bodies into insulin resistance or ignoring their weird symptoms. Inflammation includes but is not limited to skin conditions, weight, hormone problems, mental illnesses, menstrual problems, just getting sick frequently, all the results of things that you put into your body. And it's different if somebody has an illness that is outside of their control and is actively trying to improve their life, eating regularly, exercising if they can, but then there's other people that just don't care. I respect those who manage their illnesses. I have no respect for people who complain nonstop about things that they can change.
First thing in the world is a parent burying their child.
My dad left here at 56 years old because of obesity and diabetes.
Like I told you guys, I used to work at a call center. I knew what time of day I wanted to eat, and just because they brought food in did not mean that I was hungry.
Show off. Oh, God. And these things are steep. Feels like I'm climbing Mount Everest.
People should want more for themselves. I've seen people that care more about their outer appearance than what they put into their body. I've seen people eat really horrible diets, yet they drive an extremely nice car, get their nails done on a regular basis and their hair done on a regular basis, and buy the newest smartphone, but they fail to feed their body properly. So it's not always a money thing.
I'm not arguing today. We're not gonna argue.
Okay.
So Ashley, I'm getting the scale so we can get on this mug.
I guess so.
These weigh-ins are good. It helps everybody to stay on track and brag about their progress, update and talk about their food journals.
Being big, I used to be scared of the scale, but now since I had my surgery, I want to step on it, which they've been kind of upset with me because I like stepping on the scale now. I don't mind.
I know we saw what happened in the first episode when they had their food journals. Somebody threw a tantrum.
The last time I weighed myself, the last time the girls was over, I weighed 301. So today I'm hoping that the scale shows good numbers.
Oh my God. Wow.
Vannessa is well under 300 pounds, which is super awesome.
The last time I weighed at Vanessa's, I was 375. My goal weight to be approved for revision surgery is 348.
But this can help them because they can each discuss what they're struggling with and support each other.
369.6 pounds. You're doing it.
I've lost 5 pounds. I don't know, I feel kind of lonely, to be quite honest. There's such a big gap between the weights. I'm still at least 40 to 50 pounds heavier than everybody else.
At least Ashley lost weight this time. That number went down instead of up.
So I've lost weight, and I'm proud of that, but it's hard. It's just not coming off as fast as I would like it to come off.
That's not bad.
That is good.
I'm still the biggest bitch, whatever. You know what? You and your mama too.
Sometimes you have to reverse an entire life of bad eating. That's going to take time. This is why people need to understand that it's not being on a diet. It's changing the way that you eat, the way you prepare your food, and the amount you're consuming. Having actual self-control. It's so important to pay attention to what you're eating and how much. I knew people from my old job that ate fast food more than 3 times a week. That's mind-blowing. How are you alive? I see them complaining, I'm always hungry, pre-diabetic, I have PCOS. And it's always someone who's overweight and drinks soda every day, eats candy every day, and processed food from the vending machines. I would get into conversations with people whenever they complained to me about being sick. They saw me as healthy because I have a chronic illness that I manage with my diet. I'm not on any kind of medication whatsoever. I'm not talking about asthma. Asthma is separate from that. I mean, I do manage that with my diet as well, but I have a separate hormonal thing. I will leave a link in the description for this video so you can see how I've managed my hormones over the years. When people would talk to me, I'd be like, okay, so what do you typically eat in a day? People would ask me questions on how I'm not overweight and what I used to do to when I crave certain foods, and I would tell them what I eat in a day because they asked. That I know a lot about food just from experience and being overweight in the past. I totally understand craving sugar because there's been so many times where once I eat something sugary, it's hard for me to stop, like donuts. All in all, we're getting somewhere in this show that painfully lengthens most of these episodes. They're often unnecessarily long for the events that happen, and I'd rather eat an entire jean jacket than to watch any of these episodes without the ability to fast forward. I'm so very grateful for fast forwarding. Truly a gift. When they start crying, I know that we, the audience, are going to endure at least 5 minutes of that crying and whining and excuses. What show should we dive into next? 1,000 Pound Sisters? My 600 Pound Life? Undercover Underage? The Kardashians? Leave a comment and tune in again at some point in the future when I cover one of those, or possibly all of them. Or should we review one of the new movies? Who knows? I'll see you in the next dumpster fire. Be sure to check out the links in the description for my website. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!